Greetings, I'm Scrap, and this is my version of the VZ61 Scorpion HPA kit for the Tokyo Marui EAP with the Bingo Airsoft Designs custom PolarStar JACK engine. First of all, I have to say, dear YouTube, all the guns shown on this footage are only Airsoft replicas, not real firearms. I could not find a polished HPA kit design for this gun on the internet, so last year I considered to develop my own one. The first fully functional prototype was ready at the end of the summer and it performed flawlessly. But I didn't stop there. I wanted to make it more universal to fit all the available brands like the Well and the JG. At the end of the year, I finished the development process and the field testing began. At this point, I have to say that this is my favorite HPA gun. It's lighter and more compact than my USG M4 and more precise with a greater range than my MP7, probably because of the longer inner barrel and the TDC-mod. Of course, it has its downsides too, but very minor one. Like it is air hose supplied and a bit louder than the M4, and it is harder to use as a sidearm than the MP7. But it has no pair as a primary gun for the mid-range and CQB. Now, let's take a look at the functions of the gun. Safe, semi, full auto. This gun is very quiet when BBs are loaded. At the top, behind the dust cover, is a hop-up adjustment through the TDC-mod. And now, let's take it apart and let's look for the insides. All the kit parts are 3D printed from PETG filament, and the main part is sturdy and holds its place with the HPA engine tightly. As you can see, don't even move, it's rock solid. Also, all the control switches and the trigger board are mounted on the main part, this one. Basically, with this alone, the system is functional, of course with the HPA engine. Also, the fire selector switches are adjustable, so you can adjust it for your own replica and it surely will work. This one is the top cap for the main part. It goes there, but because of the main part is so sturdy and holds the HPA engine so well, this one is not even needed there. But of course you can mount there. This part serves as a trigger guard support and the fire selector plate support there. The fire selector works like the original. The left one is full auto, the middle is safe, and the right one is semi. I hope you can hear how the fire selector clicks and holds its position. Nice and reliable. For prolonging the lifespan of the fire selector switches, I recommend to store the gun in a full auto mode, like this. Of course, without the LiPo battery, because in this position there is no pressure on the fire selector switches. The original hop-up unit as you can see, it's not really suited for precise shooting with a heavy BBs. Also to do to the EAP engine, it's wide open from the side. It's not very good for dust protection. For this reason, I developed this TDC-mod and dust cover. This one is a hop-up arm with an aluminium tiger nub from Stalker Airsoft. And if we put it together, it fits very tight and nicely. Up here at top is the hop-up adjustment to a socket set screw with a 2.5mm hex key. Let's put the gun together. And just like that, you can adjust your hop-up unit. Unfortunately, unlike at the MP7 and the Mach 10, at this replica the HPA installation is irreversible. You have to grind out a portion of the back part of the lower receiver there, because without that the HPA engine won't fit in. Originally this one supports the EAP gearbox. On the TM1 I made it with a sand grinder, but on this well replica I made it easily with a hand saw. So it's very easy to make. I also removed the battery holder part from the pistol grip to get more room for the FCU and the LiPo battery. With this modification, as you can see, you have plenty of room for these parts. And after that, they will fit there nicely. Just how it used to be. Okay. However, the assembly process is very intuitive. Probably in the future I will make a full assembly guide for it. The hardest part to obtain for this build is the Bingo custom PolarStar JACK engine, which is mostly available at the Airsoft Junkie site as a full MP7 HPA kit. If you are really pertinacious, after a ton of private messages to the staff, you might be able to buy a custom jack separately, because the MP7 3D printed kit is the hose is not needed for this build. If you manage to do that, you will also need the banjo fitting, a PolarStar drop-in cylinder, input fitting, an FCU, and a trigger board. At this point, I have to thank you, Sam, from the Airsoft Junkies team for the separate custom jack engine for this build. This particular build is based on the Tokyo Marui Scorpion Mod M. It has the PDA 242mm long precision inner barrel with an adherent air hop patch, the Stalker aluminum tie granab. This one is a retro arm suppressor with a dumping barrel centering pad and self-made foam discs for suppression. This one is an ASG Scorpion Evo handguard. This one is a self-made finger stop with a built-in QD sling attachment point. I use the 58 round mid-cap magazines from the classic Scorpion. The upper rails are made from ABS and it's held there by several screws. So I really recommend to mount there only some light optic devices like this micro red dot one. Okay, so that's for all now, folks. Take care of yourself. Bye.